Garfield. Oh man, why are we talking about Garfield? So an image kind of went viral on Twitter. People were posting a image of what looked like a bootleg Optimal Optimus from Beast Wars with a Garfield head on it. And it was just the most wackiest looking bootleg that was just kicking around. And a lot of people thought it was real. And when I saw it right away, I was like, oh, man, like there's so many, like it was almost too good to be true of a bootleg.
Go through the red flags. I see one that's super obvious now that I look at the picture harder, but you go through the red flags.
So before I really started looking heavily at the card back, I was like, man, like I've never seen a bootleg go out of its way to be intentionally a bad bootleg, which is usually, I mean, I've encountered a lot of weird, I collect weird bootlegs and I go out of my way to buy certain ones when they do weird stuff. But the fact that it like does, it's the font from Mobile Suit Gundam, and then yet it's using the Valkyrie from Macross, and then it says it has the Garfield logo from Garfield and Friends, but then it says I have Mondays. So like just usually bootlegs, they're made in China. They're not that self-aware. Like when you get something clever like what we got with, let's say, Miniso with the Skywalker Optimus, it's almost more of a coincidence / accident that it was funny. But this is like, it's like Mobile Suit Garfield, I have Mondays, you know, and using the font from those different things. It uses the Macross font at the bottom. It uses the Mobile Suit Gundam 0079 font from the top. I stare at the toy and I go, let's see. The robot mode has the Garfield, excuse me, the alt mode, like the gorilla mode is what's being shown here with the Garfield head, but it's clear that the backpack, which would make the, I guess we'll call it the guns and the chest piece that would normally house the robot mode head, is completely absent. So, and he doesn't have his guns, he doesn't have any of the extra accessories. And then I started staring at it more, and then everything washed away, and I was kind of sad, which was I saw written on the card back, obvious plant. Now, there was a group of individuals, I want to say it was about 6, 7, 8 months ago. They were sharing a whole bunch of bootlegs of the Avengers called Revengers. And these were like, again, these terrible bootlegs that were too good to be true how bad they were. And then it came out that, oh no, they were actually fake. They were made by a company that makes fake bootlegs, cards them, goes to their local dollar store, puts them on the peg, and then takes photos going like, oh my God, look at these bootlegs.
Yeah.
So this is a case of that, which is what they did. What did they do? They took a junker, Garfield,
which you can kind of see because if you look closely at the chrome bits, you can see that the chrome bits are a little bit worn.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, okay, so this is clear. And the fact that it has chrome, I don't think any bootleggers are going to
a lot of bootlegs.
I mean, like they do it, but I mean, like not those colors. No, like it always feels like it's going to be like a silver, a very quick and dirty one, and then they'll do like a spray, like a spray of something. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't look covered completely. I don't know.
Here's what's going on. So they took a junker Optimal Optimus mold. It didn't have it. Obviously, at some point, I guess it broke off the turret chest robot mode part. So they just had the junker of it. It's like you mentioned before, you could see the chrome wear on the pegs of the shoulders, which would have like the shield pieces. It doesn't have its shield pieces. It doesn't have its orange gun. Because it's missing the turret piece, it doesn't have the 2 clear missiles. And what did they do with that junker Optimal Optimus? They went out to the store, and you could buy this right now. If you want to make your own Garfield, you could buy this right now. You could even Google this. Google Garfield Pez dispenser.
Yeah.
Now, what they did was they took Garfield's head from a very specific Pez dispenser that is currently available that you could buy right now, and they just glued it onto the area that would be Optimal Optimus's ape mode head. And, of course, they painted over where it would say Optimal Optimus on the chest, and the rest is history. So, I'd hate to be the bringer of bad news, but this bootleg isn't real.
Yeah.
But at the same time, man, did the internet go on fire. And I just want to also, I want to credit, because I'm going to post it in the just to like pad out the beauty of the segment. An individual by the name of Ryan Gillies, Mr. Ryan's Neighborhood is the name of his Twitter, at Ryan Gillies. He did some fan art of the Garfield Optimus Prime. But yeah, so I have Mondays, or well, that's just Mondays. Do you have anything to say about this, Wendell?
What was the other quote I had? Whoever wants to kill Optimus Prime from prehistoric Earth needs to be dragged out into the street and shot.
There you go.